Hey, I'm Red. We're going over 15 more things you didn't know in Star Citizen. I can't believe this is already the third installment, so if you learned something or just enjoy the video, make sure to go check out the others. But let's not waste any more time and jump straight into it. When it comes to weapon attachments and overall weapon customization, you've got a ton of options to choose from in Star Citizen. From suppressors to laser pointers and even a 16 times range finding scope, you'll find something that works for you. But trying to quickly change your setup from long to short range or just adding a few new attachments, it can be really difficult. Try pressing J to bring up the weapon customizer to quickly swap out, add or remove attachments on the go. You'll be able to move any item to and from your inventory as long as there's space and the attachment is the correct size for where you're trying to put it. It can be a little janky with some guns, but most of them work as intended and make it a lot faster to move stuff around. If you're like me and like to play from the space station instead of the planet's surface, you've probably found yourself flying to and from for hours, just trying to move equipment and other essentials. But unless you need to refuel or repair your ship, there's no need to fight the hangars or land your ship anymore. Because as long as you're close to the station or the major city, you can access the local inventory right from inside your ship. From here, you're able to access the local inventory, your ship's inventory, and your personal inventory all at the same time without having to land, saving you minutes, maybe even hours if you have to do 100 trips in a small ship. So give it a shot next time you're in a ship with a walkable interior. The further you go into the bounty hunter missions in Star Citizen, the more complex and dangerous they become. Starting at the bottom by shooting down a terrible pilot and the equivalent of a space food truck, all the way up to taking on fleets of trained pirates and even capital-sized ships alone. Now of course you can team up with friends to increase your chances of success, but to complete the bounty and get paid, you don't actually have to take out every hostile that's with the target. All you have to do is take out the primary named target. After that, you can run away and save your ammo for the next fight. But if you have the call to arms mission up, it can be worth the extra money to clear the area. Plus, it's always more fun to just take everyone out anyway. There are definitely some interesting rules and logic when it comes to where and how much cargo you can fit in your ship in the cargo grid. For example, the Hercules C2 and M2 have identical internal space, yet for some reason the M2 carries 177 SU less than the C2, because reasons and stuff. But don't worry, because these grids are only a suggestion for the brave, as you can squeeze and position a lot more than the grid allows. Like in the Drake Vulture, which can go from 12 SU to over 24 SU depending on how good you are with the multi-tool. Just don't push it too hard or you might be taught a lesson when a box hits you in the face going Mach 3. Sometimes using your environment to your advantage can give you the best chance of winning. Whether it's to take out an NPC gang member, a camping player, or just scare/down your friends. Next time you're in a bunker or just see one of these green and grey canisters in the wild, keep your distance as they can explode when shot, causing you to go flying and even get incapacitated if you're really close to it when it goes off. Some of them are just assets to fill the area with detail, and they don't react when shot. But if you see one on its side or sticking out, just be careful. You don't need to fly to every major city, space station, and outpost with a local storage. Panic searching for that one rare item or expensive component that you lost track of. To find any item lost anywhere in local storage around the system, all you have to do is open your mobi-glass and go to the Knickknacks tab on the bottom left. Now simply go through the listed locations, even adding specific filters like undersuits, quantum drives, weapons, and more to help you find the item even faster. You still have to fly to the location to actually go get it, but at least you know exactly where it is so you don't have to guess. Whether you've only lost a single weapon or found yourself missing half of the ship you started with, have you noticed how much more expensive it is to repair your ship since removable components and weapons are added? Now, whenever you repair your ship, you actually have to pay the price of replacing those lost and broken components plus some, instead of a much lower, more standardized fee as it used to be. But if you're not interested in paying those high prices, you can simply reclaim your ship for free and it will be fully returned in stock and repaired. Of course, reclaiming the ship will mean you have to wait for it, but you can also speed up the process for a very low price compared to the repair cost and get it within a few minutes. If you ever find yourself getting randomly incapacitated, and something about it felt off or it didn't add up, just wait a couple minutes before you hold backspace to respawn, or even calling in a rescue. because occasionally if you get incapacitated by a glitch or a bug, you'll find yourself getting automatically revived by the game. This won't happen under any other circumstances or just because you caused your own injury, but it's worth waiting that extra minute just to see if you get that lucky revive instead of spending all the time re-gearing and heading back out. And if it doesn't work, you'll still be able to either call for assistance or respawn just as before. Getting scammed by security ships seems to always come at the worst time. Whether you're in the middle of a huge fight or just decided to pick up that one tiny box of contraband that one time. These scans always cause problems. And if you fail to comply with the security by stopping your ship and sitting still as they scan it, you can find yourself with a crime stat and being shot at. Here's a great trick to get you out of these situations. Comply with them by stopping just as they ordered, but immediately spool up your quantum drive and position yourself facing a nearby marker. As soon as you're ready to go, make the jump and get out of there. This will cancel the interaction with security, and they won't come looking for you or give you a crime stat either. Now you just have to jump back and continue what you were doing. But this may affect some missions like combat beacons if you don't get back in time. As I mentioned before, you can now remove/steal ship weapons and components. This can't be done in an armistice zone, and if the ship isn't destroyed, you'll have to break in, take over the ship, and unlock the ports by pressing right Alt K. Once you do this, pull out your multi-tool with a tractor beam attached, find the weapon or component you want, and left click on it to drag it out of place. You can choose to use these on your own ship, or just sell them off, but they're not currently worth very much. If you're new to Star Citizen and want to make an account, don't make the same mistake I did. Make sure you use a referral code when you sign up. You get 5,000 credits for free, and if you buy the game during any kind of special promotion, you can even get a $40 ship for free too. Now, if you already have an account but haven't bought a game package yet, you might be able to open up a support ticket and ask them to add a new referral code to your account, but do not rely on this. If you want, you can use my referral code when you sign up. It's the one on screen now, and it's also in the description. Do not forget to use one. If you haven't bedlogged, when you log off or crash, you'll spawn back at the last major city or station that you were at. Unless you die, in which case you'll go back to whichever hospital your spawn is set to. But did you know that you don't actually have to land or set foot at any station or location to achieve this? Once you're near the location, call for a hangar by pressing Alt-N and wait for the circle icon to appear. Once this icon appears, you're now set to this location when you log back in. So you can leave, rejoin, whatever, and you'll always come back to that location until you try to land at another location or die. Whether you want to build a house of cards, pyramid of drink cans, or just neatly organize your items when placed, this will help you get it perfect every time. When carrying an item, hold F and press the place option. Then hold the left mouse button and move the mouse around to rotate and adjust the placement of the item. It works really similar to the placing of items with a multi-tool. Just line up the hologram where you want it and left click to place it. Because you're placing it physically, your character might accidentally knock into other placed items as they move, or just cause assets to collide if you put them into each other. It's not exactly perfect, but with some practice, you'll be making towers of junk in no time. If you decide to pledge more than just your game package ship in Star Citizen, there's a lot of ships that aren't in game yet called concept ships. If you buy any of these concept ships, or even some ships that are in game that might have a few bugs, you may also temporarily get a loaner ship until that ship is released, or your ship is fixed. Search Loaner Ship Matrix and you'll find the official list from CIG telling you exactly what you'll get for your ship. From tiny ships like the Quantum Driveless MPVU, to the Aegis Harbinger Heavy Fighter, Hercules C2 Super Freighter, or even the Corvette class Hammerhead warships. There's so many different loaner ships that they offer, just have a look and see what you can get. Just keep in mind this list does change pretty often, with different ships getting fixed and new balancing things coming in, so always check before you buy a ship. Lots of ships and vehicles have weapon racks for FPS weapons, but some like the Crusader Hercules series have something even better. The Hercules have full weapon walls that can hold light machine guns, sniper rifles, large special weapons like the rocket launcher, and even pistols. But that's not all, as you can even place med guns, multi-tools, and toy pistols in the pistol slots, allowing you to prepare and arm your team for any mission. There's a lot of ways to maintain your character's overall health. The super important part is your hydration and food levels. If you let these levels get too low, you will start to experience blurred and shaky vision, as well as losing health until you become incapacitated. You could just eat and drink constantly, but did you know you can also quickly lay down in any tier medical bed and you'll automatically be infused back to full? Just keep in mind the levels will reduce faster than if you had just eaten and drank normally. Let me know in the comments if you learned something, whether you've been enlisted for a decade or just about to sign up. And remember to hit the like and subscribe button and share this video with a friend who always ends up in jail for the dumbest reasons. Thanks for watching.